Yes, we are recording. Well, good afternoon, everybody. It's a wonderful Saturday afternoon, and I decided, or well, Hazel and myself decided, that as it was such a nice day, still cloudy, but I'm not going to give you a weather report, but as it was such a nice day, that we'd take the children out and I'd give it a go. First time cooking or constructing a meal or just throwing stuff in a pot and seeing what happens in Maisie. And that's what we're going to do today. The kids are running riot over in the playground over there. What did you say, Hazel? Say that again?
I said the ungrateful, horrible children that we've got with us today.
Are they very ungrateful?
They're bloody awful.
Are they horrible?
Yes.
Are they vile?
Yes.
Do we want to give them back?
Yes.
There you go.
We're thinking we might drive home and leave them in the park.
We might very well drive home and leave them in the park, but we'll have to wait and see. So what I'm going to do, we've got to tidy the van up a bit first because I left it in a mess when I came back from the field with Damon and Rick and Austin last week. So Hazel's in the process of tidying up as we speak, and I'm going to try and find somewhere to set my GoPro up, and we'll crack on with it. We'll see if we can get some food cooked. Edible or not, I don't know, but we'll do our best.
It will be edible.
Yeah, you say it's just pasta, Hazel, but I'm talking about me here. You know,
Nice pasta.
listen, if I open a packet of crisps, I'd cut myself on the packet. So, yeah, we'll see what happens anyway. Speak to you in a bit. Look who I've just spied. Look at that little squirrel. Very cute, very sweet. He's obviously heard that I'm cooking. Here he goes. Hee hee. Right, well, I'm hoping that's recorded. Been having all sorts of problems with this. We just did a bit to camera. The kids were here. It went really well. And then when I went in to look, this is a GoPro 7, by the way. I'm not very technical. In fact, I'm quite a Luddite when it comes to technical stuff and it comes to newfangled contraptions like this. And I do really honestly think that I was probably born in the wrong century. But then if I had been, I wouldn't be talking to you, would I, today? So everything has a silver lining, as it were. Now, I was talking to the kids. They're all here. Hazel, the kids. It was really going well. Hazel had just made a cup of tea. She was the first one to actually christen the cooker in our family, or the hob. So she did very well. The tea is very nice, I must admit. Can't really go wrong with tea. Well, I probably could, but I don't think many other people could. So yeah, the kids have now gone off with Hazel geocaching, and it shouldn't be too long before they get back, and I will start to prepare a meal, and it will be a meal for the gods, as they say. Well, maybe not the gods. Well, maybe a meal for the skip, probably. But anyway, we'll see what happens. It's only something basic, really. It's just pasta and a pasta sauce and some bacon bits. The kids love it. I really love it. It's a kid's meal, to be honest. I don't mind it myself. I'm quite partial to it myself. But I can't eat it because, unfortunately, Hazel's gone and stuck me on one of these diets. The ultimatum is if I don't go on this diet, then she's going to lose it big time with me. And I thought, you know what, I wouldn't really want to tempt her wrath. So I've decided I've gone on a diet this week. And it's a proper bona fide diet. I'm not going to tell you what it is, because you get all these people, oh, that's no good, Dan, you don't want to do that, that's bad for you, Dan. Or, my sister did that and her legs fell off. So, no, I'm not telling anybody the diet that I'm on. It is between me and the people that I'm doing it with. So, it worked really well before. I'd lost sort of 8 stone before, but unfortunately, because of cider, I kind of didn't know my limits, and I put it all back on again. But I'm determined that once I lose it this time, I'm going to go for my optimum weight, and which is 42 stone. And when I'm down to 42 stone, I'm going to go for my optimum weight. And when I'm down to my optimum weight, then I'm going to monitor it and keep it there. It's, you know, I'm not really big for diets, but this one is the only one that's really worked for me, and I swear by it. You know, a lot of people might not, but I do. And if it works for me, then that's good enough for me. You know, I've got to lose weight and get healthy, keep a bit fit, and make sure that, you know, I don't get, you know, don't have problems with the old ticker. So, they've gone off geocaching, as I said. They'll be back shortly. Oh, by the way, look at this little kettle. I bought this fold-up kettle. I think it was about 12 or 14 quid. It's really cool. It doesn't hold a lot of water, but, you know, for a little van like this, and, I mean, we've done 3 teas out of it, so it can't be that bad, and there's still quite a bit of water in there. So it's perfect for me. And as I say, it collapses. So it goes really, really thin. It's sort of flat. I'll show you it later when I've flattened it out. In actual fact, in a space like this, you've got to be really really mercenary as to what you keep and what you put in here. So because it's such a small area, I've really kept it down to the basic essentials, to be honest. You know, it is no frills, to be honest, in a van this size. Although saying that, I have seen people that have got vehicles this size, and people are very ingenious. The ingenuity of some people just blows me away, and they really know how to make the best use of the limited space that they've got. And it always confounds me when I see that. You know, people are, when their backs are against the wall, you know, they sort of lift themselves up and they meet it head on, and they do very well with it in all sorts of things. But as I say, particularly from my point of view, in making the use of space. As I slept in it last week for the first time, because I was over with the boys over in up by Bristol, and yeah, it was really good, really comfortable. And because the good thing about this as well is because it's such a small space, it doesn't need that much heat. In actual fact, it was sort of windy and chilly outside. Well, you know what the weather was like last weekend. It was a tempest. But because we sat up by the fire, had a warm up, it got very cold. Round about 11:30, midnight, something like that. Can't remember off the top of my head. We decided to call it a night, go to bed, and so came into Maisie, and as soon as I opened the door, it was like a wall of heat. And I didn't. There's no heater on in here, so I was quite comfortable with just a duvet, which I pushed to one side anyway. And yeah, I made the most of it, and I had a very good night's sleep. In actual fact, probably a better night's sleep than I actually have at home. But then, you know, when you're sharing a bed with somebody, I'm always been one for like my own company in bed. You know, don't take that the wrong way. But yeah, so anyway, we'll wait for him to get back, and then we will start with the cooking. And you know, it's going to be, well, Jane, if you're watching, you know, you can have, once you see me cook this, you're going to have to lift your game. Sorry, but you are, because I think that I could be the next master chef. We'll see. Speak to you in a bit. See you later, guys. Bye. Right, so we're back in the van. We've got the pot on boiling, so that's all good. Bit worried it's a bit near that seat, to be honest with you. I'm sure it'll be all right. Never mind. So yeah, so we're all back at the van now. Would you have a good time geocaching?
Yeah.
What did you geocache?
Well, we found a piece of paper.
Piece of paper, yeah, good.
And then we found a num-num. And her name is Isla.
It's a cake, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, was that a Japanese thing, I'm assuming? Num-nums? I'm assuming it's Japanese, isn't it?
Absolutely no
I
idea.
don't
It seems Japanese.
No idea. Might be
Right,
the
okay, you don't need to lift it, don't need to do that, that's fine. Right, okay, so,
And she's
Fox,
having
leave it
a
alone.
nap on the floor.
Are you going to be my sous chef? Yeah, you're going to be my sous chef. Is sous chef? I think it's sous chef. Is it sous chef?
Yeah.
I think it's sous chef. So, we're all back at the van now, I've had a good time. It was a bit of a meltdown because they've both got their iPads, and Willow's got a game that Fox hasn't got, so Fox thought it'd be a good idea to set about my van with his iPad, but it's all calmed down now, so it's all good.
Eating it, all right? It's
And
not
hopefully Hazel, this is videoing because it wasn't videoing earlier. It just took a load of I don't know, it burst shots
Right,
and what have
wait
you.
for this to finish.
Okay. So the pot is on, coming to the boil, and some of the finest, Tesco finest farfalle, farfalle, farfalle. Let's go with that.
Farfalle. Hang
Farfalle.
on, we'll look it up.
It's made in Italy anyway, so it's the genuine, proper, bona fide
We're in there.
stuff. As sold by Tesco's.
Like you said, farfalle.
Farfalle, like I said.
Farfalle.
Right, okay. So, let's get this started then. Give it a minute. A boiling pot.
No.
There is a saying, isn't there?
Pot never boils.
A watched pot never boils. I think it's watched kettle, isn't it? But we'll go with the pot.
Farfalle. There we go.
Farfalle. Farfalle. Thank you. All right, I got it. Thank you, farfalle. So the pot is actually boiling now, but as I say, watch pot never boils. So we're going to cut it there, and then we'll get back to you in a minute. Have you had a good time so far?
Yes.
Yes. Good. Excellent. Right, I'm not in the best position for doing a cooking video. So yeah, but the pot is boiling, so that's good. So I'm now going to take this pasta.
Is it actually, oh, that was quick.
Well, no. I'll take this pasta. I'm going to open this. Don't let me forget this, Hazel, when we leave. Get some earring. This is my new fangled thing that the boys put in for me. The roof light. Look at that. Look at that. Hey.
Ooh,
Or
fancy.
that's double. Reverse.
That's sucking air in or sucking steam
That's
out.
sucking it in. And that's sucking it out. Right, okay, so we're going to crack open this pasta. This really is a cheat, isn't it? It's not boiling just... Is it
I
boiling?
think it is. It looks like it might be.
Have we still got the gas on?
Yeah, look up and see.
Still got the gas on. So what we're going to do, we really need a sink. So I'm just going to put...
It's enough for you if you want it.
Yeah, I know. You can't see this, I'm afraid, guys. It's, but you'll see the finished product. You'll see what a whiz I am in the kitchen. I think that might be enough.
You think that's enough for 3 people?
No, it's not.
No. Quite a lot more.
If I've got to starve, so have they.
How do you play?
More. That's enough.
I know. So, right. So, I'm going to put that lid back on. Give it a stir. Be lost, wouldn't I, without Hazel? You'd think.
Sorry.
Micromanaging.
Sorry.
Getting on my tits. And believe me, I've got tits. Right, so
Hold on, let me
put that
get
there.
you on.
Put that there. Bring that back to the boil. Hang on, though. What have you done with it?
I've just turned it down a minute. Leave it a sec.
Let me get
Leave it there. Bring that back to the boil. I'm going to do a little bit of housework while I'm waiting. So I'm going to take that. Can you pass me that cloth,
Which one
please?
are you? And
Oh, there's loads of...
Would you
I don't have
would you like to
my
point at where I should clean and where I'm
No, I'm
missing?
watching that to make sure that when it boils over.
Oh, because
I can switch it
I'm
off.
inept.
one the heart.
Ah,
Oh, I don't-
anyway,
Oh, I can share it. That's fine.
clearly not. If you know what, it would be nice, but clearly not. Right, so that's that. Let's bring that back to the boil. Wow, that is hot. That seat is very hot. I'm not so sure about that. Maybe it's not. I don't know. Maybe not a good idea to have it. I'm going to have to put something against that, I think, when I cook in future. Something asbestos. Well, maybe not asbestosy, but something that's sort of heat resistant. I think I'm going to have to, Hazel. That's very hot. Feel that. Feel it. Feel it. Feel it.
It is, but I think that might be why it hasn't got a cover on it.
Well, surely the cover or bare seat is going to be the same result, isn't it? It's all going to go up in flames. And I haven't even got... Well, I've got everything in here, but the one thing I haven't got everything. It's like I was saying earlier in a video that never got videoed because I'm technologically inept. But, yes, it's like that. I put myself a carbon monoxide detector, got myself a fire detector, smoke detector, but I haven't brought myself a fire extinguisher. I've got one, but I've left it at home, so it's not very good at home, is it? So yeah. So let's have a look.
Perhaps we could just drive home with the van in flames and...
Or kick the windows out, open all the windows, keep
Yeah.
that on again, just drive, and then hopefully it'll put it out.
Yeah,
You know,
good
like
idea.
pilots when they get a fire in one of their you know, like pilots when they get a fire in one of their engines, and what they do is they cut the others and then they dive down. They go into they do in the movies.
Do
They dive down and then it puts the wind
okay.
puts the flame
I
out.
assumed that they dive down into the sea, but then I suppose that would...
No, because you would
crash.
die.
Yeah, you would, that's true. Yeah.
They dive down and then they hopefully put the flame out, and then they carry on, and
Do that then.
everybody's at there gives them loads of that. Perhaps that'll do it on our estate as they're driving the fires out.
As long as that
They'll be doing
shit
that.
doesn't run around again.
So
Yeah.
it's off the boil now.
Hey Siri. set
So
an
I'm just going to let that
13 minutes.
sit there for a bit and then come back to it. We'll see.
You having fun, Fox?
Right, so we've the bacon's nearly done, and it's just soon be time to add the sauce. Do you know, I could be a liar, couldn't I? And I could have hidden this and said it's an old family recipe. And it's been in the family for generations, but no, it hasn't.
I'm just
It's
going to drain
Tesco's.
some of this fat out of here before we put the sauce in.
Okay. You drain
Do you
some
want
of
to
that
hold
fat. You
so
put
it
that
doesn't go
there.
anywhere?
You
Right,
drain
but
some of the
We'll
fat.
be outside. I won't
You'll
use
be
it.
outside. Hazel's taking over now.
I'm not talking
She always
about
does.
draining the fat.
This is what I've got to contend with.
I'm just draining the fat.
Hazel being a pain in the backside, dictating terms and telling me how. Oh, smell that. Oh, that smells gorgeous. Right. Put that there. So, what we're going to do now. You're right there, Willow.
Yeah,
Give me that, 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 give me that. Right, so I'm going to add the sauce now. And I'm going to stir it in a second.
And as soon as that's ready, the pasta's ready to come out.
Right, okay. There is some. Can I have that, please? And right. Get the. I told you I was tight. Got to get the last dregs out. Right.
If we were home, I'd be rinsing that, putting it in there.
Well, yeah, exactly. Let's stir that in, get that all heated up. Oh, that does look nice. Ooh, that does look nice. Get that going. Let's get that right. Let's stop stirring it now. You can overstir things, you know. Dan's tip of the day: you can overstir things, you know.
You overstir.
You stir.
You overstir.
You stir.
You overstir.
You're a stirrer.
There's a room for me on your knee. Ah.
Climb up on my knee, sunny girl.
Oh, it's bang my head on the floor on the ceiling.
Yeah, you haven't damaged my ceiling, have you? Watch my fan with your big clunky head.
It's right, but it's like brushing your hair.
What here?
The little bit there, your fluff. Your fluff.
There is a bit of fluff as well. Right.
I'm just moving it.
Don't touch. Terrible, isn't it? I feel like, actually, I'm going to be like Gordon Ramsay in a minute. There's going to be some effing and blinding going on here. And I'm going to throw the pot at you if you won't leave things alone.
Then you won't have your dinner.
I'm not eating this.
Oh, okay.
I'm cooking it. I'm not going to eat it. Do you know me at all?
Where's your plates, you two?
Right. Let's get that warming up a bit. Right, okay, so we've got it all going now. We've just emptied the water from the pasta. Hazel did. And I'm going to now, this is suitably warm enough now, so I'm going to add that. Catch my head on that. I'm going to add that to the... to there. Like such. And then I'm going to pick this up and I'm going to have to... I know you should do it on hob, but unfortunately, I'm not that malleable.
Do you want to sit on your set up there, Fox? Sit up there so you're ready for your tea.
I might have some of this with tea, actually.
Just
Well, you are.
Just there. How about you just sit right there? Well, we're going to get it out in a minute.
We're going to get the table out in a moment. So, right. So, here you go.
Leave
So
those
this is
there.
all doing
So
very
we're gonna
well.
get the table out, I think, to use to put
Yeah,
the
we're going to get the
sauces
table
in.
out. So, we're going to... So, that's basically it, to be honest. It's pretty simple. It's a simple meal. Although, the way Hazel micromanages me, you'd think it was the hardest meal in the world. Anyway, get back to you in a sec. We're going to do the taste test now. Right, so, okay, so this is it. This is the finished product. I actually am going to have some, and I'm going to chance
Oh,
it.
do you want to, can you go Fox, is there another fork in there?
Let me have a look. Is that not good enough, Fox?
Yeah, we'll do the pasta.
You have that one.
Yeah, Fox. Have that one.
Good? Foxy, 2 forks. Now I've got a fork stuck. Oh, a spoon. All that effort and it's a blinking spoon.
That bacon smells yummy.
Yeah,
It does.
doesn't
No, I haven't got a fork. I thought I had 4, I haven't. I've got 3.
Oh, wait, we've only got 3. We've only got
Yeah,
2.
only
1, 2.
I don't know where they are, love. I can't. It's not in there.
Alright.
Anyway, I'll use a spoon. I know etiquette is not my, well, it's not my forte anyway, so I'm not bothered. Sound of silence says it all. Good kids or not? Good. So, actually, for a van this size, and it is a short wheelbase, for a van this size, it's not comfortable with fork. Well, actually, it's not too bad, is it?
You speak to yourself, you've got a chair.
Yeah, but there's a chair behind me. You can have the chair behind me. There you go.
I can't reach the table. I'm
You
leaning
can't
on
have
the
it all.
floor.
So yeah, sorry, I shouldn't talk with a mouthful.
But
Yeah,
we
it's-
we've done an all right dinner, haven't we? It's dinner. They've
It's
had
all
some
right.
food.
It's it's camping food, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
Well, so camping food. We have it all the time anyway.
Because I missed that over here.
Yeah, Mr.
Yeah,
Pasta.
exactly. So there's 4 of us in here, so it's okay. It's not bad. It works, Bearing in mind that I'm only going to be eating myself most of the time, unless one of the kids. Well, Willow might want to come on a camp now and again. So
Wants to come too.
Fox wants to come, but as I said, he's got to pull himself away from those open strings first.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's all right. Do you think it's worked out okay?
Yeah, it's been nice.
It's all right, isn't it?
We've
So-
got dinner. What's to complain
Well,
about?
yeah, we've got some food. Do you know what though? If I was really on the ball, I would have brought dessert, and if I was really on the ball, I would have made dessert.
There's watermelon in the
Who am I
fridge.
kidding? Is there?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go then.
There's a. Is it night time?
Nearly.
Nearly. So right, that's about it, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. I know it was pretty basic, and I don't know. I just hope you enjoyed it. So from me and the kids and Hazel, and from Maisie the Campervan, we'll speak to you all soon. Take it easy. Have a great weekend. Oh, and happy Father's Day to all the dads out there.